Hello, second hour 8A Group 1 health students. I'm Mr. Delaney. I apologize for not being here today, but unfortunately, I'm not there. And you guys should have came into class. In your Google Classroom, it should have been told to you that your seating chart was posted in there. If you did not check your seating chart, will you please pause this video right now? Please go check your seating chart and then make sure that you're sitting in the right one. That's going to just help us down the road. And unfortunately, we do have to have those seating charts for a while. And if I do move them, then we'll just reassign the seating chart. But for right now, it's pretty much alphabetical order by last name. And we kind of have a small group here today, which is really nice for when I get back. It's going to give me an opportunity to get to know you. This slideshow is just going to touch a little bit about me. It's going to touch a little bit about some basic things of class. We're really not going to get into a lot of health class things today. Me being gone is one reason, and two, it's just your kind of first day, and we want to ease you back into things and do a little bit about that. Eventually, you're going to have a little bit of assignment that's going to take you a little bit today, and you might have a little bit of time at the end to get through this. I always like to show this video on the first day, and I know it's not your technically first day of class, but it is your first day of health class. So I'm going to talk about this, and it'll help me lead into my next part. And I'm sure you guys were all excited for your first day of school. If you really think about it, this is the longest break that you've ever had in the sense of school, and even myself, from that elementary time to the middle school time to the high school time to when I went to college, and now once I got into the profession of education, it was the longest break that I've had away from whether it be learning or teaching in my career, and it's the same with you guys. And we're living in an interesting time. I told some of my other classes, I've never lived through a pandemic. I'm pretty sure you've never lived through a pandemic. And we're probably really excited to get back, nervous, anxious, all those kind of things. But we're going to do it together, and we'll be here for each other and continue to go that way. Again, here should be your seating chart. The front of the room up here, the back of the room back here. If for some reason you are not on this chart, go ahead and fill in one of these two spots over here. But we should have been in our seating chart already. For some reason that you're not in Google Classroom, and if you're not in Google Classroom, you probably wouldn't be viewing this. There's your code right there, EBSY, sorry, EBSNY6S. So what to expect, okay? Health-wise this year, we're going to start the first part of the year with social emotional health. First of all, you probably haven't seen and talked to a lot of your classmates in the last 5 to 6 months. So we really want to focus on you guys and your social emotional well-being. And we're really excited to get you guys back and finding ways to use class time to work and talk together, and then using our added class asynchronous time to do follow-ups of what we just learned about. So a lot of times what's going to happen is class time is going to be going over some slides, maybe taking a little bit of notes, doing a little bit of group discussion, and just trying to find ways to communicate with each other, and in that face-to-face communication that we don't get when we're asynchronous. And then when we're synchronous, when we're asynchronous, there will always be an assignment posted in Google Classroom for you. I will use Google Classroom. I'll use email to get in touch with you. So really make sure that you're checking that. I'll try to put due dates for you so that way you can stay on top of that. I know tomorrow after viewing this, so on Tuesday, you'll have a short get to know you thing, just like you probably did for all your other teachers, but it just gives me something to get to know you just a little bit. You're also going to do an activity today in class that you'll be able to finish tomorrow at home if you, for some reason, don't finish. So we'll start out with social emotional health. We'll hopefully get into a little bit of substance abuse discussion and possibly a little bit of nutrition. First semester, second semester topics, hopefully our first aid and CPR, human growth and development, and communicable disease. So that's kind of it in a nutshell. The biggest thing about my ninth grade health class is it's not eighth grade health. Okay, it's not that black and white kind of, I don't know, want to say boring stuff, but we try to make it as applicable to your life as possible. We always try to incorporate current events if possible. So if something's going on, social emotional, which is there's a lot of things and a lot of discussion out there right now about teenagers and social emotional health because of the pandemic that we can relate to. And so anytime that you have a question or comment, concern, just don't be afraid to ask. And the one thing that I do ask is that you're willing to share. And we do a lot of talking in here. I never force you to share, but I do like it. And I'll call you on you time to time, especially with only 9 of us in here, that we have to learn from each other and use this time to carry on conversation and get to know each other and everything to expect that way. So a little bit about 2021. I'm going to get a little learn about you over the course of the next few activities that we're going to try. But we're going to give this a little bit of a shot here. Okay. A little bit about me, my family. Okay. This is my wife and kids over here on a hike that we did recently. And we really like to be outdoors people. We really like to explore nature. My daughter's goal is to get to all national parks before she graduates high school, or if not, just before she gets through with college. So that's her right here. Her name's Bren. She's a 4th grader. My middle daughter, who is a 3rd grader, is hiding up here in the tree. My youngest daughter, which is taking the selfie, her name's Kayana, and she's a 1st grader. And this is my wife, Ashley, and this is just me trying to be me and a little goofy. And we were at Old Faithful here, and it was going off, and I tried to make it look like it was coming out of my mouth. So I like to have a little fun. You guys will see that. I try to listen to you guys and do topics that you guys want to talk about and discuss. And I would rather discuss all period than give you any type of work to do. There are certain topics that we have to talk about, but the more that we can relate it to you guys, the easier the class is. Another thing that is very passionate to me is the opportunity to get to coach Ankeny Centennial softball. I'm the head varsity coach, and this past summer was probably the best summer in school history, where we got 3rd place in the state. It was the first time Centennial's been to the state softball tournament, and the players did an amazing job this year getting there. And then they used that week to show off all their talents, and I was just very fortunate as a coach to be able to get that opportunity to see them and the excitement that was shared during this crazy COVID time. So it was just a little bit about where we were that way. And eventually, one of your assignments today is you're going to be creating a slide with some pictures and words on it, and we'll describe that more later. But to get to know you just a little bit, and you'll get to know me too, because I did put a slide in our slideshow. So right now, you're going to stop this video, and then you're going to go into the link. There's a Pear Deck link associated in your classroom that's going to take you through a little bit of get to know you game. It's the first time I've used this platform. So we're going to give it a shot, and it's going to track your answers for me, because that way it gives me an idea who you are in a different way. And it's a little bit more in depth than the get to know you that you're going to do tomorrow for me as part of your asynchronous learning. And it makes you think outside the box. No questions are just, you're going to see a picture. Yeah, and what you're going to have to do is think, all right, how does this picture, or how can this picture relate to me? And then find a way to give that. And there'll be more description in the Get to Know You interactive slideshow game that's also posted in Classroom. So if you'd stop this video right now, go on to the next one, the interactive Get to Know You game. The link should be posted in Classroom, and hopefully you enjoy and I get to know a little bit about you.